Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Water leak marks, strange smells, and bugs, all things UTSA students say they were greeted by in their off-campus housing this semester. Tonight, where they go from here. But first.
Right now, for the past 2 weeks, we've seen extraordinarily high demand, really at times that we shouldn't see it if people are following the once-a-week rules.
But first, this summer heat definitely has not been kind. We've had 23 consecutive days of triple-digit temperatures this year, and that's affecting our water.
San Antonio water system has been dealing with an influx of water main breaks across the city. These two are from this week. The extreme heat is partly to blame, but as the night team's John Paul Barajas reports, SAW says it's also your fault.
I've already seen quite a few this morning just on the way to work. So I'm teaching lessons throughout the neighborhood, and I ran across 3 of them.
Right now, you can find a water main break or leak just about anywhere in San Antonio. 754 breaks and leaks have been reported to the San Antonio water system so far this month, well above the 729 in July. Now, SAWS expects to hit 965 breaks and leaks for all of August.
Having up to nearly 1,000 main breaks in 1 month is an astounding number, but it doesn't shock us given the conditions that we are seeing.
Those conditions include a severe drought and record-breaking heat. But Karen Guz with SAWS tells us there's more to the problem.
A new thing we are seeing is some people really not getting on board with the rules despite such strong enforcement.
SAWS is concerned about customers ignoring Stage 2 water restrictions and watering their lawns with an irrigation system more than once a week. Guz says the impact is adding up.
You have a pipe that's already under stress from soils that are shifting. And then when you start pushing a lot of water at high velocity through that, you have more vibration and more stress on the pipe. It's not all straight, too.
According to Guz, SAWS has issued 6,000 citations for waterways so far this year.
There's a lot of homes that have very pretty yards right now.
SAWS plans to continue to patrol neighborhoods and gated communities.
Every time you run an irrigation system, it's about 2,000 gallons at a home. And so if you do it, 4 times a week instead of once, it adds up really fast.
Now, customers found overwatering or watering on the wrong days will face a $150 municipal court citation. But SAWS is looking at other enforcement possibilities that will help motivate people or more people follow the rules. Those details have not been finalized yet. At SAWS, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, thank you. And as you can see right here, SAWS has its hands full with repairs across San Antonio. And according to that map on your screen, there are 8 Priority 1 leaks in the city tonight.
Well, and I know the dry ground shifts pipes from time to time, and I know some consumers around here have had their pipes at home, the exposed ones outdoors, actually crack a little bit because of the shifting ground. And sometimes that can affect foundations to homes as well when you go from drought to rain, back and forth, and so on. Anyway, a lot of factors at play. But the aquifer actually rose a little bit today. It's up a foot. Doesn't help us a whole lot. It's just a bit of a morale boost, still about 30 feet below average. Today we saw some rain west of San Antonio, especially west of 281, Medina County, Frio County getting some decent accumulations there. Isolated rural locations of an inch. More rain chances to talk about, a return to triple digits, and if there's anything in the tropics in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. So San Antonio got a break today. We weren't under a heat advisory, but we have been plenty of times this summer. And whenever we're under a heat advisory, CPS Energy says that its policy is to stop disconnecting service for people who are late paying their bills. And that's super important for seniors on fixed incomes with high energy bills. Right now on our website, we show you some of the payment options that CPS has for seniors. Just look for this article that you see on your screen on KSAT.com.
Just 2 weeks into the new school year, a Karnes County school district is closing its doors temporarily. Runge Independent School District says rising COVID cases within the district are to blame. The district's website says it had 10 active cases as of Monday. All 10 cases were among its 43 staff members. Classes and extracurriculars are canceled through the week. Runge plans to reopen on Tuesday morning. COVID cases are also increasing here in San Antonio. Just yesterday, Metro Health reported more than 1,900 new cases over the past week.
By this time tomorrow, for the first time in American history, we could see a mugshot of a former U.S. president. Donald Trump says he's going to turn himself into the Fulton County Jail tomorrow after he was indicted for allegedly conspiring to overturn Georgia's election results in 2020. 18 other people are also charged in this case. So far, 9 of Trump's co-defendants have turned themselves in. They include Scott Hall, John Eastman, Kathleen Latham, David Schaefer, Jenna Ellis, Ray Smith, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, and Kenneth Cheeseborough. Now, besides these 9, 10 others, including former President Trump, have yet to surrender. The Fulton County District Attorney gave Trump until noon, August 25th, which is this Friday, to surrender in Fulton County. Earlier this week, Trump posted on Truth Social that he would be turning himself in tomorrow. Now, we should mention that of all 4 cases involving criminal charges with the former president, this is the only time he's going to have a mugshot taken.
Some funky smells greeted some UTSA students and families this weekend during move-in day at University Oaks. The apartments on the UTSA campus are owned and operated by a third party. Appalled parents and students tell the Night Team's Patty Santos they feel like the management company is waving off their concerns.
A lot of water damage, roaches, mold, like the doors, they don't close properly.
That's just some of the problems siblings Anastasia and John Guerrero say they found when they moved into University Oaks at UTSA this summer. What you can see on this on-campus apartment is what they say they could smell.
I don't know. I was just kind of thinking it was mold because it smells.
And when we walked in, the smell was the first thing that just gave me a slap in the face because it was that old moldy sewage smell.
University Oaks offers on-campus housing at UTSA, but the property is owned and operated by a separate company. Desiree Rodriguez says when her son moved in, she spent all day cleaning.
The vents, moldy, black. The shower, it's nasty. The cabinets are falling apart. The stove is falling apart.
Both Rodriguez and Guerrero say they feel tricked because they were shown a model apartment rather than the units they would rent. Both signed a 1-year lease, but they feel the complex isn't meeting its side of the agreement.
You cannot break your contract because they're going to do whatever it takes to give you a livable condition. Well, being infested with mold and roaches is not a livable condition.
Both families are concerned about the health of those with respiratory conditions.
These kids are going to get sick eventually.
We reached out to University Oaks management company Campus Living. In a statement, Campus Living says it takes the health of its residents very seriously and that management has been in touch with parents who made complaints. Quote, "We do inspections on our property regularly." And Campus Living urges residents to reach out to on-site management with problems. Guerrero says University Oaks needs to raise its standards.
They should be checking the rooms before move-in just to do like basic maintenance and basic cleaning, like vacuuming the carpets.
Rodriguez says she was told her son will receive new appliances and have his carpet cleaned this week. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
So it's a story that we've heard several times this summer. Tragedy on the water. At least 3 people have drowned in the San Antonio area since late July, including a 16-year-old this past weekend. Now, one nonprofit is encouraging all families to learn drowning rescue and also CPR training. The Miss Tristan Foundation teaches drowning prevention efforts. The organization offers free water safety lessons to kids, showing them what to do if they get stuck in the water by themselves. The nonprofit's development director says that the lesson they're teaching saves lives.
When you hear of these cases happen, it's heartbreaking. But there are ways to be able to be prepared. Your family can be prepared in these situations by never letting a child swim alone.
The Miss Tristan Foundation is named for 2-year-old Tristan Bird, who drowned in her family's pool back in 2016. The foundation, created in her memory, also offers free CPR training, and we've added details on how to register for them on our website, KSAT.com.
Employees at Baptist Health System are in a race to save lives. The 6 Baptist hospitals are competing for the most blood donations by the end of this month. The friendly challenge is aimed at helping the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center with its blood shortage. They need blood hits for close to home. The need for blood hits close to home for one Baptist ER nurse who lost an arm in an accident 1 year ago.
I was at the hospital for 31 days, and so through that process, I know I've received at least double-digit blood units of blood, so I think it was almost up into the 20s.
The Blood and Tissue Center has at least 2 days worth of blood for most types on hand, but that is still short of the 6-day supply goal that they need. The biggest need, though, type O blood. We have more information on who is eligible and how to donate on KSAT.com.
The KSAT Pigskin Classic, maybe you heard of it. Yeah, it kicks off this Friday, and the Uvalde Coyotes are going to play this Saturday. How that team is honoring the 21 innocent lives who were lost in the Robb Elementary shooting. It's after the break.
We are counting down to this weekend's KSAT Pigskin Classic. The 2023 lineup features 8 local high school football teams, including the Uvalde Coyotes.
And when they take the field this Saturday, one player is going to wear the number 21. That's in honor of the 21 lives that were lost at Robb Elementary. KSAT 12 sports producer Daniel Villanueva takes us inside that team's new tradition.
It was pretty cool to be voted by the rest of the team and to be chosen like that. And then obviously Justin did a really good job last year. And so I'm just excited to kind of carry it on and then pass it on next year to someone else and keep the tradition going.
Caden Smith is a 4th generation Uvalde Coyote, right? He has a family that's steeped in the tradition of Uvalde and the Coyote football team. You will see his dad everywhere Caden goes, to celebrate him.
Caden Smith, he's a good guy. He tries his hardest in everything we do.
He's always been a leader. We all knew he was the chosen 21 before we even voted. He's real reliable, and he's in on everybody. We're in the weight room and someone's not doing what they're supposed to do, he'll get on them.
So the day we chose captains, he called the 4 who were voted into his office, and then he sent them all out and he stayed to talk to me for a little bit and just told me, obviously Justin did a great job. He talked about that and he said now it's my turn to kind of keep the tradition going, and said it's not just being a football player anymore, it's standing for something more and representing the community.
He definitely has all the characteristics they're looking for to represent this team, and he understands the magnitude of it and the responsibility of it, and it's heavy, right? That jersey's heavy.
The number means everything here, so the community looks to it, and then it's just good to go out on the field and then know you're standing for something more than just a football game. You're representing something.
And what kind of reaction did you get from your family?
Dad cried, Mom cried, everyone was happy, everyone was excited. It's been a lot of work. I've been here for my entire life, so I've grown up here. My dad's a native here, so everything that my mom works at the Resiliency Center, she helps the family, so everything that happened, it affected my family a lot. And then so when I was chosen, it just made them really happy. It was a good opportunity and a good experience.
What do you think it'll be like the first time you come out there wearing the jersey and knowing what you represent?
I think it'll be surreal. I think it's going to be more than just going out there to play a game. It's going to be going out there to represent somebody and 21 different people.
Now, the 2022 Uvalde football team is going to be featured in a special. It's expected to debut sometime this fall season. As for the 2023 team, you can see them take on Jefferson this Saturday afternoon during the KSAT Pigskin Classic. A reminder that kickoff is at 3:30 at the Alamo Dome.
Still plenty of time to get your tickets for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Just scan this QR code to see all of your ticket options. It kicks off Friday night with Antonian versus Holy Cross, followed by our big triple header on Saturday. You can find all of the information on the games, tickets, and more at KSAT.com, as my grandma used to say. Big doings this weekend.
Big doings.
Big doings.
Definitely big time. And now let's talk about what's happening right now. 87 degrees out there, and we want to make sure that people are prepared for tomorrow. So, Adam, what temperatures are we looking at in the afternoon?
Oh, back to triple digits. And Tim, as my late grandfather used to say, hotter than Annie Oakley's pistol out there. I love that line.
Good one too.
Yeah, it always sticks. Love it. And yes, we're going to be feeling that heat. Back to triple digits starting tomorrow again. After 2 days below 100, we're back to reality. Take a look at our temperature trend. 101 tomorrow, 103 by Friday through the weekend. And then we may trim back just a few degrees again, especially by Tuesday. Back down to 99 then, with the chance of a weak cold front dropping into town. Let's talk about today. 98 was our high. That's 4 degrees above average and a little bit warmer than what we had yesterday. Yesterday was the only day this month where the average temperature for the day was actually below average by 1 degree. The record high today, 104. Now, we did make it into triple digits in parts of our area. New Braunfels, 101. Gonzales, 102. You go to LaGrange, Austin, low 100s. That's where we had more sunshine today, but even lower temperatures. Notice I don't say cooler, just lower temperatures off to the west where we had more clouds and even a few showers today. So high in Uvalde, for example, 88, and Del Rio, 93. Here's the big picture, the heat dome. It's still out there. We just had a break because of the remnants of Tropical Storm Harold, its clouds, and its rain. But from Minneapolis, 98, to Chicago, 98, Wichita, Kansas, 101, Shreveport, Louisiana, 106. This is where the heat dome is centered, and so they're feeling the heat up and down the central part of the country. And not only the heat, but also high humidity with that heat. Kind of a taste of what we had back in June. Remember that? 100 degrees, dew points in the mid 70s. Yeah, we remember those heat index values, about 115 to 117. That's a thing of the past right now. We're shifting a little bit with this upper level high. So the clockwise circulation helped steer the remnants of Harold into West Texas today. And now even that moisture is in Arizona, New Mexico, the whole Four Corners region, and it's going to get arced up and around into the northern U.S. At least West Texas got some much needed rainfall as well from the remnants of Tropical Storm Harold. So beautiful Alpine Texas got in on some of that activity. It was nice to see the rainfall, the much needed rain being spread around a bit. Tomorrow, sunny and dry. Friday, a 20% chance. So in the afternoon, early evening, a few isolated pop-up showers, 10% chance through the weekend. And then Monday, Tuesday, we could have that weak front move in, 30% chance. As that time nears and we get a better idea of what's going to happen, it'll probably end up being Monday or Tuesday, one or the other. Anyway, let's track the tropics. This should actually say 20%. There's a 20% chance of this cluster of storms developing and moving northward in the Gulf. Right now, even if it does move northward, indications are that would steer east of Texas. Got some development way out in the Atlantic, 40% chance, 70% chance way out there. And Tropical Storm Franklin, that's just moving out of the Caribbean, heading northward into the Atlantic, likely to become a Cat 2 hurricane far off the North Carolina coast by early next week. Around here tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, 77 degrees in the morning. By noon, we're at 93, 101 the high with a southeast wind at 10 to 15. Very high humidity in the morning, but it'll drop off a bit in the afternoon. Tomorrow in Rio Medina, triple digits even at 100. Seguin, Geronimo, 102. Nixon, Smiley, 101. Poteet and Pleasanton, 100 even. And notice that trend back up to 103 for Friday, all the way into the upcoming weekend. And then depending on the timing of that weak cold front, Monday, Tuesday, may impact, we may have to modify those temperatures a little bit, and exactly which day has a better chance of rain.
Adam, thank you.
Cowboys player teaching a lesson on how to deal with adversity in life.
Yeah, and you know, DeMarvion Overshone, rookie for the Dallas Cowboys, he didn't even know he tore his ACL. He said, I thought they were giving me a ride on the cart just to save me from walking. Young man is 22, 23 years old. No idea. And yes, Tim, he says it's just a bump in the road. Young man has a great attitude. Plus, a teenager delivered for the San Antonio Missions last night. It's pretty cool. Coming up.
Not yet, but when that time comes soon, it's coming.
DeMarvion Overshone will soon have surgery to repair his ACL in big board sports.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Cowboys rookie linebacker DeMarvion Overshone will miss his rookie season after tearing the ACL on his left knee Saturday night in the Cowboys' 22-14 loss at Seattle. He was carted off the field and didn't realize at the time how serious the injury really was. And now that he knows, he remains very upbeat.
No, it didn't. I thought they were just giving me a free ride to the locker room. They didn't want me to walk. So, you know, I thought I was going to come back out just jogging, you know, having one of those moments. But, you know, didn't get the news I wanted. But like I say, you know, I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm still able to rock this star everywhere I go. And like I say, I'm looking forward to next year.
No disappointment?
At all. None at all. There's another bump in the road. And like I say, I'm ready to share my testimony after I come back from this.
Dallas Cowboys defensive end Sam Williams was arrested Sunday on multiple charges, including possession of a controlled substance and unlawful carrying of a weapon per Frisco police. He had 2 tackles and a sack Saturday night in Seattle. He arrived with the team to Texas Sunday morning, and he was arrested later that day. He's subject to a fine or suspension by the NFL. Jerry Jones told the media today he doesn't anticipate Sunday's arrests will have an impact on Williams' availability for this upcoming season. And Dallas Cowboys great DeMarcus Ware, the team's all-time leader in sacks, will be inducted in the Cowboys Ring of Honor later this season. Jerry Jones announced. Ware was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame earlier this month. The Valero Alamo Bowl's 31st season kicked off this morning with the annual Pigskin Preview at the Alamo Dome. Football fans, local business leaders, and Valero Alamo Bowl scholarship winners enjoyed lunch, and ESPN college football analyst Dusty Dvoracek, who can see UTSA winning the American Athletic Conference in their first season in the league.
Oh, I love Jeff Traylor. You got a 7th-year quarterback in Frank Harris, so absolutely they have a shot. I mean, I think SMU is going to be really good. Tulane's the reigning champions. I did the American Conference Championship game last year. Willie Fritz, a heck of a coach, and he's got a really good quarterback, and Michael Pratt coming back. So, but do I think that Jeff Traylor is going to come in and be a real player in this league? Absolutely, 100% I do. He's done a phenomenal job. This program continues to grow, and I don't think he's looking to take any kind of steps back this year.
There's been a lot of conference changes in college football that would directly affect the Valero Alamo Bowl. RJ Marquez caught up with Alamo Bowl president and CEO Derek Fox to discuss the future of the bowl game here in San Antonio.
Well, it's been an offseason of change for college football, but we know that this year the Valero Alamo Bowl will stay the same, picking some of the best from the Pac-12 and Big 12. So the big changes here, Texas, Oklahoma, obviously leaving next year. We spoke to Derek Fox about this. Plus, he also mentioned some new conference affiliations, maybe even the SEC. Plus, they want to get into the mix when it comes to the college football playoff.
It is an ever-changing landscape. As you'll see right now, as we sit, there are 4 teams in the Pac-12 going forward. They can't have a conference with 4 teams. They'll expand, they'll go someplace else. We'll see what happens from that perspective. So a lot of moving parts. But again, the beauty of it is, we got a lot of excitement going on from that perspective. This year, we got a great history and tradition of what's gone on with the Valero Alamo Bowl. And the people who support us every year have been fantastic. That allows us to currently be right at the top bowl outside the CFP. Really in 26 and beyond, as we'll have a chance to potentially be a New Year's Six Bowl, if you will, or potential future national championship host sites. 2 conferences we've never officially been involved with, SEC, but obviously some members now that they're joining them will be affiliated with in the future. We'll see. And also the ACC. So the one conference that kind of started realignment a number of years ago hasn't expanded yet, but could. So we'll take a look and see. But I think when you look at it, at the matchups we've had, you look at, again, the destination city, the best title sponsor in the business, and not a bad recruiting footprint as well. It's a great situation to be in.
And this game still generates millions of dollars for the city of San Antonio, and Fox says that he does not see that changing anytime soon. Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks, RJ. A 17-year-old gets an ice-cold bath at the Wolf after the break.
Rolling third, and hitting on Monterella. He scores the winning run. The Missions win the ball game.
How about that? 17-year-old Ethan Salas, who made his AA debut last night, won the game for the Missions with a walk-off RBI double in the bottom of the 10th. Ethan, a catcher, is the Padres' #1 prospect and #5 in all of baseball per MLB.com. So welcome to San Antonio, kid. The Missions and Sod Poodles were back at it again tonight at the Wolf, and San Antonio takes it 4-2. Cole Cummings had a homer and 2 RBI for the Missions. And right now, the Red Sox and Astros are playing out in Houston. The Red Sox lead at 7-4 in the top of the 10th inning.
The Sod Poodles.
Sod Poodles. Great name.
Okay,
Thanks,
don't get tired of hearing that. Thank you. We'll be right back. We cannot wait for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. And just a reminder, there is still time for you to get your tickets. Just scan that QR code to see all of our ticket options.
All kicks off Friday night with Antonian versus Holy Cross. Triple header on Saturday. You can find all the information on the games, tickets, and much more at KSAT.com.
Friendly reminder, yellow day tomorrow, CPS Energy peak demand day. Between 3 and 8 o'clock, do your best to try to conserve energy and reduce the pressure on our grid. 101 Thursday, 103 Friday into the weekend.
All right, that does it for us. Have a wonderful night. Stay cool. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.